Hey there, and welcome. So glad you could make it. You know, you're not just here for a video. Oh no. You're here for an expedition. A journey into the greatest, most powerful, and arguably most neglected resource you have. Your mind. Now, before we get started, I want to be real with you. This isn't going to be one of those super serious, ponder the cosmos kind of philosophical journeys. No. Think of this as a Stoic comedy show. A spiritual boot camp with a sense of humor. Because let's face it, if you can't laugh at the absurdity of life, you're doing it wrong. So buckle up, Buttercup. We're about to dive deep into the ancient art of not losing your ever-loving mind in the modern world. We're talking 50 Stoic mindset hacks to forge a fortress of unshakable mental fortitude. Are you ready? Good. Let's go. Fortress of the Mind, your Stoic foundation. All right, let's get serious for a minute. Well, as serious as we're going to get. Take a look around. What do you see? A world in a constant state of chaos. You've got doom scrolling on social media, a 24/7 news cycle that specializes in anxiety, and a never-ending to-do list that makes Sisyphus's boulder look like a pebble. It's no wonder we're living through what I like to call the modern anxiety epidemic. I mean, seriously, it feels like we're all just one bad email away from a full-blown meltdown. Our mental health isn't a luxury item anymore. It's a non-negotiable necessity. It's the armor you put on before you step into the battlefield of your day-to-day life. And yet, so many of us are walking around without it, completely exposed. So, how do we build this armor? The ancient Stoics had a pretty solid blueprint. And before you roll your eyes and think, oh great, another philosophy lecture, hear me out. Stoicism is not about being some emotionless robot. That's a huge misconception, and frankly, it's pretty lazy. No, Stoicism is about purposeful emotional mastery. It's about recognizing that you can't control the traffic jam, your boss's bad mood, or the fact that your favorite show got canceled. But you can control how you react to it. The Stoics knew that true freedom comes from within. It comes from having the mental strength to not be tossed around by every little thing that happens. It's about having an internal compass that always points north, no matter how stormy the seas get. And that's what we're promising you today. 50 actionable hacks. No complex philosophical jargon. No long-winded lectures on metaphysics. Just practical power you can start using today. These are the tools you need to not just survive, but to thrive in the modern world. Think of it as a toolkit for your brain. So, let's dig in and get our hands dirty. Mastering the internal. Your first 10 hacks. All right, let's start with the stuff that's all you. Your internal world. This is where the real power lies, and it's all about what you can control. Hack 1. The dichotomy of control. This is the big one, the grandfather of all Stoic ideas. Here's the deal, you can't control everything. I know, shocking, right? But you can control your actions, your thoughts, and your responses. Everything else? The weather, other people's opinions, the stock market? That's all outside your circle of influence. Wasting energy on those things is like trying to push a rope. It's a losing game. The hack is to make a simple list. Things I can control and things I can't. And then you let go of everything on the can't list. It's a mental cleanse. Hack 2. Premeditatio malorum. Okay, fancy Latin, but the concept is brilliant. It means the premeditation of evils. Don't think of this as being a pessimist. Think of it as a mental fire drill. Before a big presentation, you imagine the projector breaking. Before a tough conversation, you imagine the other person reacting poorly. By mentally rehearsing the worst-case scenario, you get rid of the element of surprise. When things go wrong, you're not caught off guard. You're prepared. For example, let's say you're heading out for a date. Instead of just picturing the perfect night, take a moment to consider what could go wrong. The restaurant could be packed, you could spill your drink, or the person could be a total snooze fest. When you've already considered these possibilities, if one of them happens, you'll be able to laugh it off instead of getting flustered. You've already done the mental heavy lifting. It's like a spiritual insurance policy. Hack 3. Amor Fati. The beautiful and slightly bonkers idea of love of fate. It's not about being passive or resigned. It's about actively embracing everything that happens to you. The good, the bad, the hilariously awful. The Stoics believed that everything that happens is an opportunity for growth. Think about a tough breakup. It hurts, no doubt. But what if you saw it as an opportunity to learn about yourself, to become more independent, to find a better path? What if you loved it? Not in a masochistic way, but in a, this is forging me into a stronger person kind of way. It's about turning obstacles into stepping stones. It's the ultimate reframe. Hack 4. The inner citadel. This is the metaphorical fortress you build within your mind. It's a place where you are safe from the slings and arrows of external events. It's not about building walls to keep people out, but about building a sanctuary for your own thoughts and values. When a coworker tries to get under your skin, or a driver cuts you off, you can retreat to this place of calm. It's a mental safe space. Hack 5. Ask, is this within my control? This is the practical application of the dichotomy of control. When you feel anger, frustration, or fear, pause and ask yourself this simple question. It's a moment of mindful interrogation. If the answer is no, you release the emotion. If the answer is yes, you take action. It's a cognitive fire extinguisher for your emotions. Hack 6. The reserve clause. This is a brilliant little trick. The Stoics would add a reserve clause to their plans. For example, I'm going to the park if nothing prevents me. Or, I'll finish this project by Friday if all goes well. It might sound a little pessimistic, but it's not. It's about acknowledging that you can't guarantee outcomes. It saves you from disappointment when things inevitably don't go according to plan. Hack 7. Practice indifference. No, not in a I don't care way, but in a preferred indifference kind of way. The Stoics said that things like money, health, and a nice car are preferred indifference. They're nice to have, but they don't determine your happiness or your virtue. Your peace of mind shouldn't be dependent on them. This is about building a foundation of happiness that can't be taken away. Hack 8. The power of as if. This is a fun one. Act as if you are already the person you want to be. Want to be more patient? Act as if you are the most patient person in the world. Want to be more confident? Stand tall and speak with conviction, as if you already have it. Eventually, the mind catches up to the body, and the persona becomes the reality. It's mental magic. Hack 9. Release the need for approval. This is a tough one for many of us. We are constantly seeking validation from others. The Stoics knew this was a fool's errand. Your worth is not determined by how many likes you get or what your boss thinks of you. Your worth is inherent. The hack is to practice doing things for yourself and for the right reasons, without ever sharing them. Hack 10. The mute button. This is a simple one, but incredibly powerful. When you feel a flash of anger, a sting of jealousy, or a spike of anxiety, you mentally hit the mute button. You don't engage with the thought. You don't give it power. You let it pass like a cloud in the sky. These first 10 hacks are all about creating a strong internal foundation. They are the bedrock of your mental fortitude. Now that we have a solid base, let's look at how we can handle the external chaos that life throws our way. Navigating external chaos, your next 20 strategies. All right, so you've got your internal house in order. But what about all the wild, unpredictable stuff happening out there? The annoying coworkers, the soul-crushing traffic, the global events that make you want to curl up in a ball? Let's tackle that head-on. Hack 11. Perspective shifting. This is about stepping back and changing your viewpoint. Think of a minor inconvenience, like spilling coffee on your favorite shirt. From one perspective, it's a disaster. From another, it's a minor hiccup that will be forgotten in an hour. This hack is about training yourself to look at the bigger picture. Is this really a problem, or just a temporary state of affairs? For example, a friend cancels on you last minute. It's annoying, right? You could get angry. Or you could shift your perspective. Now you have an unexpected free evening. You can use that time to read, work out, or just relax. You've turned an annoyance into an opportunity. Hack 12. Practicing memento mori. Yes, another Latin phrase, and it sounds a bit grim. It means, remember that you will die. Now, don't get all morbid on me. This isn't about wallowing in despair. It's about creating urgency and purpose. When you remember your own mortality, you stop sweating the small stuff. You realize you don't have an infinite amount of time. It makes you ask, am I living the life I want to be living? Am I focusing on what truly matters? It's a wake-up call, a slap in the face in the best possible way. It makes every day count. Hack 13. The art of acceptance. This is not passive surrender. It's active, intentional peace with what cannot be changed. The traffic isn't going to disappear. The past can't be undone. The Stoics understood this profoundly. They knew that fighting reality is like fighting a brick wall. You just end up hurting yourself. The hack is to say, okay, this is what is. Now, what's my best move? Hack 14. Use obstacles as fuel. A famous Stoic idea, and for good reason. Marcus Aurelius said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Imagine a runner facing a steep hill. A non-Stoic might see it as a barrier. A Stoic sees it as a way to get stronger. Every challenge, every setback, is an opportunity to practice virtue and build resilience. Hack 15. The negative visualization remix. We talked about it earlier, but let's put a spin on it. Instead of just picturing bad things happening, picture yourself losing things you take for granted. Imagine your health suddenly gone. Imagine your partner or best friend gone. Imagine your home gone. This exercise makes you appreciate what you have right now, and it lessens the shock if you ever do lose it. It's a gratitude practice with a twist. Hack 16. The art of not being offended. This is a superpower. Most of the time, when we get offended, it's because we've given someone else power over our emotional state. The Stoics said that another person's opinion of you is none of your business. It's a reflection of them, not you. The hack is to practice taking things less personally. Hack 17. Focus on the process, not the outcome. We get so hung up on results. The promotion, the perfect grade, the number on the scale. But what if we shifted our focus to the process? The hard work, the discipline, the daily effort. The outcome will take care of itself. This frees you from the anxiety of things you can't fully control. Hack 18. The time horizon trick. Think of your current problem and then ask yourself, will this matter in a week, a month, a year, 10 years? This simple trick shrinks most problems down to their proper, insignificant size. It's the ultimate reality check. Hack 19. The pre-mortem. This is a cousin of premeditatio malorum. Before you start a big project, imagine that it has failed. Then, you write down all the reasons why it failed. This helps you anticipate and avoid potential pitfalls. It's a proactive way to build mental fortitude and success. Hack 20. The power of silence. We are constantly bombarded with noise, notifications, news, conversations. The Stoics understood the importance of silence. Find moments in your day to just be still. No input, no distractions. This creates a space for your thoughts to settle and for you to connect with your inner wisdom. Hack 21. The rule of 3. When a difficult situation arises, ask yourself, what are 3 possible ways I can respond to this? This breaks you out of the emotional reflex and forces you to think rationally. It gives you options and empowers you. Hack 22. The gratitude audit. Instead of just being thankful, do a full audit. What are all the things that had to go right just for you to have this moment? The air you breathe, the electricity, the water. This practice of extreme gratitude makes you appreciate the incredible privilege of being alive. Hack 23. The art of giving. The Stoics believed that true happiness comes from living a life of purpose, and a big part of that is contributing to the world. Find ways to give your time, your money, or your skills. It shifts your focus from your own problems to the well-being of others. Hack 24. The unwritten rules. Many of our anxieties come from trying to follow unwritten social rules. The need to be popular, to have the perfect job, to be constantly happy. The Stoics would say, what are these rules, and do they serve you? This hack is about questioning the assumptions that society places on you. Hack 25. The inner mentor. Imagine your favorite Stoic. It could be Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, or even a modern figure you admire. When you're in a tough spot, ask yourself, what would they do? This gives you a rational, external perspective to guide your actions. Hack 26. The Socratic method on yourself. Question your own thoughts. When a negative thought arises, ask, is this true? What is the evidence for this? Is there a different way to look at this? This is a powerful way to dismantle negative beliefs. Hack 27. The reality check. When you're feeling overwhelmed, ask yourself, what's the absolute worst-case scenario here? And then, could I survive that? The answer is almost always yes. This puts the fear in its place and reminds you of your own resilience. Hack 28. The simple life. We are conditioned to want more, more, more. The Stoics knew that true wealth is having a few things you love and being content with them. This hack is about decluttering your life, not just your home, but your mind, and focusing on what truly matters. Hack 29. The emotional inventory. At the end of the day, do a quick review of your emotions. What made you happy? What made you angry? This is not about judgment, but about awareness. It helps you see patterns and understand your triggers. Hack 30. The one thing focus. We are so used to multitasking, but the Stoics knew that true focus is powerful. When you are doing something, do only that thing. When you are drinking tea, just drink the tea. It brings you into the present moment and cultivates mindfulness. Building daily resilience. 15 habits for unshakable calm. Now that you've got a bunch of powerful mindset hacks, let's talk about how to weave them into the fabric of your life. Because a philosophy is just a bunch of words without action. Hack 31. Morning rituals. The Stoics didn't just wake up and wing it. They had a plan. They would think about the day ahead, what challenges they might face, and how they would respond with virtue. This hack is to set your day's intention with a Stoic lens. Before you check your phone, before the world gets to you, take a moment to be intentional. Hack 32. Evening reflection. This is the other bookend of your day. The Stoics would review their day. Where did I fall short? Where did I do well? What could I have done differently? This isn't about self-criticism. It's about self-improvement. It's about learning the lessons from the day and becoming a better person tomorrow. Hack 33. The mindful pause. This is a tiny but life-changing hack. In the space between stimulus and response, there is a moment of choice. Someone says something that annoys you. Instead of lashing out, take a mindful pause. Take a breath. This 1-second gap gives you the chance to choose a virtuous response instead of an emotional one. Hack 34. Journaling. Writing down your thoughts is a powerful way to externalize them. It helps you see your own irrational beliefs and allows you to challenge them. It's like having a conversation with yourself, and it's a great way to put your Stoic hacks into practice. Hack 35. Practice voluntary hardship. This sounds crazy, but it's a brilliant hack. The Stoics would voluntarily do things that were a little uncomfortable, like taking a cold shower or walking to work instead of driving. This is not about punishment. It's about building resilience and reminding yourself that you can handle a little discomfort. Hack 36. The power of no. This is a big one in the modern world. We feel a constant pressure to say yes to everything. The Stoics knew that true freedom comes from guarding your time and energy. The hack is to practice saying no to things that don't align with your values. Hack 37. The daily reminder. Set a reminder on your phone or put a note on your mirror. A simple phrase like, "Control what you can," or "Amor Fati." These little nudges throughout the day help keep your Stoic mindset front and center. Hack 38. The compassion hack. When you feel anger or judgment towards someone, try to imagine their life story. What are their struggles? What are their fears? This practice of compassion helps dissolve anger and fosters a sense of shared humanity. Hack 39. The body-mind connection. Your mental fortitude is tied to your physical health. The Stoics knew this. They were big on exercise, simple eating, and a healthy lifestyle. This hack is to remember that your body is the vessel for your mind. Take care of it. Hack 40. The nature walk. Seneca, one of the great Stoics, loved to walk. There is something powerful about getting out into nature and putting your problems in perspective. The trees, the mountains, the ocean, they don't care about your deadlines. It's a reminder of how small we are and how big the world is. Hack 41. The gratitude journal. This is a classic, but for good reason. Write down at least 3 things you are grateful for every day. It trains your brain to look for the good in the world, which is a powerful antidote to negativity. Hack 42. The wisdom of age. When faced with a difficult decision, ask yourself, what would I think about this in 10 years? This helps you make decisions based on long-term values, not short-term emotions. Hack 43. The humility hack. We all have an ego. The Stoics knew this. The hack is to practice humility. Admit when you are wrong. Acknowledge your limitations. It's a sign of strength, not weakness. Hack 44. The learning habit. The Stoics were lifelong learners. They knew that a stagnant mind is an unhappy mind. Make it a habit to learn something new every day, whether it's a new skill, a new fact, or a new perspective. Hack 45. The procrastination killer. We often procrastinate because we are overwhelmed. The Stoic solution is to focus on just the first step. Don't think about the whole project. Just think about the very first, tiny step. This makes the big task feel manageable. Unstoppable. You, integrating the final 5 and your journey forward. You've made it this far. You've got 45 powerful hacks under your belt. Now, let's bring it all together with the final 5 and talk about how to keep this journey going. Hack 46. Virtue as the ultimate goal. The Stoics believed that the ultimate goal in life is to live with wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance. All these hacks, all these practices are just tools to help you do that. Your happiness isn't in your bank account or your Instagram likes. It's in being a good person. Hack 47. Progress, not perfection. This is so important. You are going to mess up. You're going to lose your cool. You're going to get angry. That's okay. The goal isn't to be a perfect Stoic. The goal is to make progress, to be a little bit better than you were yesterday. Embrace the ongoing journey of mental growth. Hack 48. The power of community. The Stoics didn't do this alone. They had mentors and friends to talk to and to challenge them. The hack is to find a community, a friend, or even just a book that inspires you on this journey. You don't have to walk the path alone. Hack 49. Create your own toolkit. You don't need all 50 of these hacks. Find the 5 or 10 that resonate with you the most. Print them out. Put them on your phone. Make them your own personalized mental fortitude toolkit. This is not a one-size-fits-all thing. Hack 50. Just one thing. If all of this feels too overwhelming, just pick one hack. Just one. And practice it for a week. Then, if you feel ready, add another one. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. And your journey to unstoppable mental fortitude begins with just one choice, just one action, just one hack. And there you have it, folks. 50 Stoic mindset hacks for an unstoppable you. I know it's a lot to take in, but remember, progress, not perfection. And the journey is the point. I'd love to know which of these hacks resonated with you the most. Did you love the idea of Amor Fati? Are you already practicing Memento Mori? If you found this video helpful, do me a solid and hit that like button. It helps us get these powerful ideas out to more people who need them. And while you're at it, subscribe and ring that bell so you don't miss our next adventure. Until next time, stay strong, stay stoic, and keep forging that fortress of the mind. See you soon.